Time now to take a look at what's trending in music mogul Beyonce, gracing the new cover of LGBT magazine. Well, the LGBT magazine is called Out. And in the picture, she resembles Marilyn Monroe. In the magazine, she talked about women's empowerment and equality overall. Also talked about some of the concepts behind her new album, like control, truth, and risk. She says there's unbelievable power in ownership, and women should own their own sexuality.
I think she looks gorgeous.
She's a pretty lady. She can't look bad.
I know.
You know?
Wake up in the morning, bedhead, still looks stunning.
Still beautiful.
Well, Prince George has his first play date with other toddlers in Wellington, New Zealand this week. The baby prince is in the area with his parents, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. They are on a 19-day visit to New Zealand and Australia.
Go ahead.
Can you imagine if he's like the bad kid in the bunch, like beating the kids with the Tonka truck? What do you say? You say,
hey, do whatever you want to me if it means I get to remain your friend. And if that was a girl baby he was playing with, I promise the parents were like, first words, let your first words be, will you marry me? Please don't let this baby slip away from us.
Right.
This
We need to exchange numbers.
Yes, he is our ticket. But yeah,
Parents think about that. Would you arrange a marriage for your children?
No, I would not. Would you?
If I wanted them to marry a prince, oh yeah.
I mean, let me get this. I mean, if Will and Kate had a daughter and they brought that daughter to my house, yes, I would be like, Sam or Jack, please make friends with this girl. But other than that, I don't know if I'd set one up.
You don't think so? You'd be set for life.
You would be, man. You'd be straight hooked up, wouldn't you? What about in California? There's a gym, Kim, that plans to offer everything you may want and then some when it comes to your health and fitness routine. Basketball courts, weights. You can even get an alcoholic beverage there. California Family Fitness is going to offer beer and wine in selected hours. You could pick up a beer after a pickup game of basketball. The 30,000 square foot gym also has 2 pool tables, a dartboard, foosball, and an outdoor patio lounge. No child care offered at the gym, though, for grown-ups only.
You say? A New York nursing home is being sued. Look at this picture. After strippers put on a show for the elderly residents. Well, the suit was filed after a family member found a picture of their mother there. She's 85 years old and has Alzheimer's. They found that picture in her drawer and they were outraged. They said the mom was putting the money there because nurses told her to.
Oh.
The nursing home attorney says that the facility has a board run by elderly residents, pointing out that it was their choice to have the so-called entertainment in the nursing home.
Yeah, more power to them. I mean, it's their call. They're the ones who did it. Who are we to criticize? I mean, they brought him in.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I'm not joking. I mean, why?
In a nursing home?
Well, they did it, though. It was their decision. You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody's in a nursing home doesn't mean they can't make decisions, and, you know, in a lot of cases, and it doesn't mean that they should be subject to criticism from whippersnappers. You know, wait a few years and see when you're in their position and see how you feel.
I'm not saying that they didn't like it. I mean, more power to them,
right.
Like 2 thumbs up, but I'm just saying, is that appropriate?
That's really not for me to say. What is appropriate is for a board that runs the nursing home to be able to make decisions about who comes and goes there. It's their home. I mean,
I get it.
Yeah. I just have great respect for people of all ages, and I think that, you know, when you get to be a certain age, society doesn't need to treat you like you're just some sort of outcast and can't think for yourself. I'm not talking about the infirmed or people who have full-on Alzheimer's, things like that. I'm talking about someone who makes decisions, who's on a board of a nursing home. Let them do their thing.
I understand your point, but okay,
what?
What if your mom or dad?
If they hired a stripper and they were in a nursing home, I mean, I certainly wouldn't criticize them. They're my parents. Respect them. You know?
Go to WJBF.com. The conversation will continue.
It will, and it's fun to watch that during the commercial break. And then when the telecast continues, we're going to tell you about the Big Mac in Congress. They are really talking about that sandwich.
Find out why lawmakers are chomping away at the bit.
Today's high pushed to 73 degrees, had a morning low of 43, even cooler tomorrow morning. Your forecast next.
Welcome back to the conversation on the internet. This is WJBF.com. I'm Brad Means in for John Hart, and Kimberly Scott and I were just talking about, well, a bunch of stuff. Did we exhaust the stripper conversation, you think?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I understand what you're saying. You don't want to rule over people, but I just think there are certain things that, well, let me say this. if the board voted on it and they wanted this to happen,
Right.
then those who want to be a part of it should be allowed to be a part of it. But I don't think everybody in the nursing home should be subjected to that.
Okay, I agree. I mean, the strippers shouldn't come into a common area
Right.
where you're right, where people who don't want to be a part of it are forced to.
Or their family members. If I had a parent or grandparent there and they weren't able to make decisions for themselves,
Right.
I would feel like I needed to protect them.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. I just didn't want to infringe on any
whatever.
rights
No, I get that.
of people.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of times older folks are, they have the mindset, there's a person here, there's a person inside this old body. Please recognize my presence. And so even though strippers are controversial for sure, and they generate a lot of news coverage, if those folks in that nursing home, the board of the nursing home said bring them in, then bring them in.
I understand.
Have you been to the tournament?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I
Kim?
am working on it.
No, you need to make that happen. And you were telling me that your husband Brandon works at Payne College. Let's just cut to the chase. Your husband runs Payne College. Well, he and Dr. Bradley. It's he and Dr. Bradley's school. But he has to recognize a lot of visitors who come to town this week. A lot of alums in town for the tournament, right?
Sure, absolutely. And people that they do business with, people who support the school in a number of ways. And so it's a way for them to say thank you and to invite others to maybe step up to the plate.
I think that's a neat part of Augusta, don't you, where you have this thing to offer people, not just,
Absolutely.
come to my town and we'll go to lunch. It's like, hey, I'll take you here.
Exactly. And when we're out, even in other states, it's like, hey, are you a golfer? Do you like the National? Do you like Augusta? I said, you know what? I'm not even a golf fan, but I want to go there.
Sure,
So,
just want to experience
yeah.
it. And your green looks beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Thank you all for logging on. George is next with weather.